Welcome to Sports Pulse. Today, we're diving into an electrifying showdown that took place on August 24th. The Indiana Fever, standing strong with a 13-5 record, traveled to Minnesota to face off against the formidable 21-8 Lynx. Both teams entered the game with serious momentum, having won all their games since the All-Star and Olympic break. The Fever, led by their sensational star Caitlin Clark, had high hopes, while the Lynx, driven by the unstoppable Napheesa Collier, were determined to extend their winning streak. The stage was set for a clash of titans. Last time these teams met, on July 14th, the Fever edged out the Lynx thanks to a solid all-around team effort. But the Lynx, still smarting from that loss, were ready for revenge. So, without further ado, let's jump right into the action. The game started on a slow note, but it didn't take long for Aaliyah Boston to ignite the scoreboard. After battling for an offensive rebound, she powered through the Lynx defense for the opening points. Not to be outdone, the Lynx struck back quickly with Courtney Williams finding Napheesa Collier cutting through the lane for an easy layup. Caitlin Clark, quiet in the early moments, made her presence known by setting up Kelsey Mitchell for a layup off a slick backdoor cut. But the Lynx were relentless. Napheesa Collier, showing why she's a force to be reckoned with, drained a tough, contested shot, and shortly after, Bridget Carlton and Collier hit back-to-back three-pointers, pushing the Lynx ahead. The Fever were struggling to keep pace with Collier, who continued to dominate, drawing a foul on Kelsey Mitchell for an N1 driving layup, growing the Lynx's lead even further. Just as the Fever began to answer back, Kayla McBride hit a crucial three-pointer for the Lynx, keeping them firmly in control. The first quarter wrapped up with two more three-pointers from the Lynx. First Natisha Heidemann with a step-back shot, then Carlton again, extending the Lynx's lead to a commanding 13 points. The Fever were on the ropes early, but there was still plenty of game left. But before we continue, imagine being in the stands for a game like this. Want to win free NBA or WNBA tickets to see your favorite players in action? Click the link in the description for a chance to win 2 tickets to watch superstars like Stephen Curry, LeBron James, or Caitlin Clark live. Don't miss out, enter now. Now back to the game. The second quarter saw the Fever trying to claw their way back. Dare Dantes opened the scoring with a smooth mid-range jumper, giving the Fever some hope. The teams traded buckets, but Napheesa Collier continued her onslaught, scoring again off a perfect pass under the basket. Kelsey Mitchell provided a spark for the Fever with a three-pointer, assisted by Clark, and a few minutes later, Clark hit her first three of the game off an Aaliyah Boston pass, giving the Fever a much-needed lift. However, the Lynx were determined not to let up. After a Collier pull-up jumper, Clark sliced through the defense for a layup, and minutes later, she was back at it, drawing a foul and converting an N1. The Fever's momentum was building, and by the end of the second quarter, Clark had trimmed the Lynx's lead down to just 1 point with a deep three-pointer. The stage was set for an intense second half. As the third quarter began, the Lynx knew they had to slow down Clark if they wanted to stay ahead. Kayla McBride stepped up early, scoring on a quick inbound play and drawing a foul to get to the free throw line. Although Aaliyah Boston opened the scoring for the Fever, the Lynx quickly answered back, maintaining their lead with strong plays from McBride and Courtney Williams. But the Fever were not giving up. Kelsey Mitchell hit a three-pointer to give the Fever fans some hope, and moments later, Clark re-entered the scoring column with a beautiful step-back three from the top of the key. The two teams continued to trade blows, with Clark finishing the quarter strong with a drive to the basket, cutting the Lynx's lead to just 6 points. The fourth quarter was do or die for the Fever. The Lynx, however, started strong with a Misha Hinman layup, and Bridget Carlton hit another three-pointer to push the Lynx's lead back up to 10 points. Lexi Hull responded with a three of her own for the Fever, cutting the lead back down to 5, but the Lynx were relentless. McBride, once again proving clutch, hit a three-pointer and drew a foul on Caitlin Clark, nearly converting a 4-point play. With just 3 minutes left, Napheesa Collier put the final nail in the coffin with a series of unstoppable mid-range jumpers. The Fever, despite their best efforts, were outmatched. Caitlin Clark fought to the end, hitting an N1 late in the final minute, but it was too little, too late. The Lynx held on to win 90-80, with Collier leading the way with 31 points. Clark finished with 23 points and 8 assists, a valiant effort, but not enough to overcome the top team in the conference. The Lynx proved their dominance once again, showing they can handle even the brightest rising stars. For the Fever, it's on to the next challenge as they prepare to face the Atlanta Dream. Thanks for tuning into Sports Pulse. If you enjoyed this breakdown, be sure to like, subscribe, and share the episode. And don't forget to enter the giveaway for your chance to win 2 free NBA or WNBA tickets. See you in the next one.